In a word, this event is devastating, and I do believe it will end up being one of the most significant, deadly floods that we have had in Kentucky in at least a very long time.
Devastating flooding in eastern Kentucky. The latest on recovery efforts straight ahead.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck. Just what we needed much of the day, dry weather, especially into southeastern Kentucky. The concern tonight, as you see, is the area of heavy rain and thunderstorms moving eastward right toward those affected areas. I'll have an update for you coming up.
ABC 36 News at 11 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome in. I'm Paxton Boyd. A state of emergency continues after deadly flooding in eastern Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear confirming at least 8 people have died, and that number expected to rise. The governor declaring a state of emergency today after flash flooding from heavy rain overnight destroyed homes and washed out roads. Tonight, homes and businesses near Panbull Lake and Jackson are being evacuated. The state says more than 100 homes and 13 businesses could be impacted by flooding. In the meantime, Kentucky 15 is closed as floodwaters from the North Fork of the Kentucky River continue to rise. Meanwhile, rescue teams have been working to evacuate people stranded by the floods. The state says the National Guard has been activated to help with the response. The governor announcing this evening he plans to tour the flood damage tomorrow, adding that it will be a lengthy and treacherous recovery process ahead.
And this is going to be yet another event that it's going to take not months, but likely years for many families to rebuild and recover from.
I will have more on that coverage from the deadly flooding in just a moment, but first we want to check in with our chief meteorologist, T.G. Shuck. And T.G., I know you've been monitoring it all overnight, all day today, and at the very least, some potential for even more rainfall for that area that got hit so hard by that flooding in southeastern Kentucky, which of course is the last thing that we need to see.
Absolutely, Paxton. The good news today, during the day, really all day long, it was dry. That's what we needed after the devastating flooding during the early hours of this Thursday. But you can see here on our Max HC radar, we talked about the possibility of more heavy rain moving over those areas that have already seen the destructive flooding. And it looks like this stuff was beginning to weaken a little while ago, but it is holding its own. The leading edge of this, again, moving toward Mount Vernon, Waynesburg, up toward Berea. Again, some pretty heavy rain, not a ton of lightning in it. Here in the metro area, we've just got some moderate rain all throughout Fayette County, and again, just right through the metro area. Looking at the loop here, again, really intense earlier, kind of weakening out, but it's spiking back up, and where it's headed, due eastward here, that would impact the areas that were just worked over by those thunderstorms that moved in mid-evening last evening and continued to backbuild because the storms were parallel to the upper level wind flow west to east. So you see the purple there right around Hazard. That radar estimate was in the 10 to 11 inch range. Anything in pink was roughly 7 to 9, and in the red, 6 to 8. If we were on a flat surface, that kind of rainfall, not in 24 hours, this happened in about a 6 to 8 hour period, would cause a lot of problems. But in a mountainous area, obviously, all that water on top of the hill has to rush down into the valleys, and small streams became raging rivers, unfortunately. Still have that flood watch out through tomorrow. The front itself, back to the northwest, probably won't move to our south until maybe this time tomorrow night. So still got to watch for some rain in addition to what we're going to deal with into the early part of the overnight. We'll talk more about that in your 7-day coming up.
The death toll from the devastating floods all throughout southeastern Kentucky continues to rise. According to Clay County Emergency Management, 2 of the state's 8 confirmed deaths come from Clay County alone. ABC 36's Maddie McQueen went to Oneida to survey the damage.
Well, it's just a devastating flood. I mean, it's hurt everybody here in the community. It's just awful, really.
Unfortunately, this isn't Clay County's first bout of flooding. During the spring of 2021, Oneida experienced flooding some locals say was just as bad, if not worse, than what they're seeing now.
I mean, it's 2 years in a row it's struck like this. And I've been here for 26 years, and I ain't ever seen it do this but the last 2 years.
Clay County Emergency Management says it doesn't know the level of devastation in the area just yet. According to Emergency Management, many county and state roads are impassable from mudslides and water, and several homes and farms are destroyed.
A lot of these folks are just now getting back to the point of trying to, really get their feet back on the ground and, kind of really getting their homes, everything cleaned up from the previous flood, and then they got hit pretty hard here again.
Emergency Management says it couldn't get out to start rescue calls until Thursday afternoon, and there are still some areas it couldn't reach. For Nick Burns, he took rescue into his own hands when it came to saving his great aunt from the floodwaters.
They washed the trailer down the creek, and they'd called 911 at about 4 o'clock this morning, and there's no way to get in the holler, and it took us probably approximately till 8 o'clock today or 9 this morning to get her out for the water to go down to get to her trailer.
Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's up at Mom's house now. We busted her trailer door down to get to her.
Emergency Management says until the damage is assessed, it's hard to know how long it will take for Oneida to get back on its feet a second time, but says it won't be a quick process. In Oneida, Maddie McLean, ABC 36 News.
In Perry County, officials are keeping an eye on the North Fork River. According to the Hazard Police Department, the river is expected to crest sometime tonight at about 27 feet. Officers say several areas will even see more flooding because of the high waters. In Breathitt County, many areas ravaged by the flooding as well. The National Weather Service estimating the city of Jackson got hit with about 3 inches of rain on Wednesday night. Breathitt County Emergency Management warning everyone to stay off of the roads. Rescue crews have been out today, but they haven't been able to get to several areas because of the flooded roadways. Officials say the Breathitt County Courthouse is being used as a shelter due to the rising water levels. And in Pike County, a woman capturing video of rising water in her house in Elkhorn City. She says the water inside of her home was over a foot deep in some areas, spreading to most of the rooms all throughout the house. Across Pike County, the damage from the flooding is widespread. Bob Aaron has more from Elkhorn City.
Heavy rains caused flash flooding and mudslides as storms pounded parts of central Appalachia. Property damage is extensive in small Pike County communities like Elkhorn City, Virgie, Joe Nancy, and Robinson Creek. Power, water, and sewer lines are damaged and some homes destroyed. Jimmy Atkins waded in to check his parents' home and found it was an island surrounded by water he hoped would go down instead of up.
Well, it's almost waist deep. It's almost in there. It likes about 2 inches being in their home.
Even though it's only runoff, this water still has enough force to tear away roads. And officials here expect these power lines to come down next.
The floodwaters have ripped out roads and more damage will surface when they drop. A mobile home was overturned. A local nursing home had to be sandbagged to keep out water. Elkhorn City's mayor is worried about the long, expensive cleanup and repairs ahead and the people impacted by this.
And I just ask people to remember when you pray tonight, remember the people in your prayers that lost what they've had, and we're going to really need the help from our state, too, for this.
Several people who live in Elkhorn City say it's the highest they've ever seen floodwaters.
That was Bob Aaron reporting. And nearby Floyd County, people rescued as floodwaters destroyed businesses and homes. Gil McClanahan reports.
Everything's gone, everything is gone. The whole life is gone.
Rachel Patton says it started raining around 5 Thursday morning, and a few hours later, the water began to rise in their house.
We had to swim out, and it was cold. It was over my head, so yeah, it was scary.
Rachel's mother also had to be rescued.
We had to put her on a door to get her out of her trailer because she was flooded in. She couldn't get out. She's on oxygen.
Up the road in the town of Garrett, rescues continued throughout the day.
We know we've got folks now that we can't get to they've got water in their homes and they're trapped, and we just can't get to them because the water is so swift.
The county continues to deal with high water across the area.
Be honest, we've not had an opportunity to assess because we can't travel the roads to get out to a lot of these neighborhoods.
That was Gil McClanahan reporting. Meanwhile, the damage has left thousands without power in eastern Kentucky. This is a live look at the power outage map for Kentucky, right now showing nearly 23,000 homes and businesses still without electricity in the eastern part of the state. Officials say utility crews have been working around the clock to restore power to the area. Well, if you're looking to help the flood victims, the state's new Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund website is now up and running. The website accepting donations to help with food, shelter, and other necessities. You can find a link to this site and other resources by visiting our website, WTVQ.com. We'll still ahead the latest on a bad wreck at a busy intersection in Lexington and a suspect taken into custody after a break-in at a Lexington donut shop.
Well, another round of moderate to heavy rain rolling across southern Kentucky, heading into the eastern mountains. Hopefully, we'll see a bit of weakening because any additional rainfall could create some additional problems after the catastrophic flooding event early this morning across the southeastern mountains. A little bit of a break, though, heading into the weekend. The Storm Team forecast is on the way.
Join us Saturday, August 20th for the 4th annual DV8K Life-Changing Run. Races will include an 8K, 4K, and Kids 1K Dash. Can't make it in person? Sign up for our virtual run or walk and receive your race packet in the mail. This year's run helps raise money for purchasing a second bakery vehicle to further DV8's mission of employing people in early stages of addiction recovery. Go to dv8kitchen.com to donate and register to run or volunteer at the 4th annual DV8K Life-Changing Run.
Friday and Saturday only at Ashley's Black Friday and July Midnight Madness. Buy one, get one 50% off store-wide. Buy this leather sofa, get the matching love seat half off. 10 a.m. to midnight Friday and Saturday only at Ashley.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
When you or a loved one have been seriously injured in a wreck, it feels like you're losing control.
And you don't know where to turn for help. Bills are piling up. Your injuries may be preventing you from working. Don't leave your future in the hands of the insurance company.
They'll take advantage of you.
Take back control. Call Hughes & Coleman today. We've been fighting to get our clients the most money possible for over 35 years.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Don't miss Ashley's Black Friday and July Midnight Madness. 10 a.m. to midnight Friday and Saturday only. Buy one, get one half off store-wide. Or get 0% interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase and no down payment. 2 days only at Ashley.
Well, unfortunately, a historic flooding event early this morning, flash flooding, those storms training over several areas of southeastern Kentucky, creating, again, that catastrophic flooding event. Now, the issue today, as the smaller streams and creeks receded, the river flooding, a number of flood warnings. This Main Street, the business district off in the distance. In fact, my mother's from Hazard, spent a lot of time down there. The city court basketball court, spent many a day playing basketball down there right next to the Kentucky River. So all this is flooded and continuing to rise. It's going to crest out here within a few hours if we don't catch additional rainfall, which we are concerned with, because you see here on our Max HD radar, this activity moving toward the affected areas earlier. We got heavy rain, southern Madison County, getting into northern Jackson, northern part of Rockcastle, stretching back north of Science Hill there in northern Pulaski County. Just general moderate to occasionally heavy rain all throughout the metro. And you see the bigger picture here. Stuff looked like it was beginning to weaken out a little bit, but it's got little enhancement as it works its way into southern Kentucky. What we got to hope for is the weakening trend continues, but obviously any moderate to heavy rain additionally is going to cause some issues, and here's why. This is the estimated rainfall over the last 24 hours. Keep in mind that this fell in about a 6 to 8 hour period, the heaviest rain, at least the radar estimate, right around Hazard. And the ground truth is pretty close to what we have here on the radar estimate. That purple, that's in the 10 to 11-inch rainfall total rain. Just unbelievable here. And in the pink and the red, that's anywhere from 6 to 8 and 7 to 9. You get that in a 6-hour period. Even on flat ground, it's going to cause problems in a mountainous area, especially with the water rushing down off of the hills. Just very devastating, and unfortunately, that's how things played out early this morning. Flood watch, hanging on to that as we get into Friday, because that front has still yet to move through, and it won't until the end of the day. Bluegrass Care Navigator, Skyview HD Camera Network, EKU in Richmond, been seeing some lightning on the cam here with some of those storms moving on through. 73. Winds a little gusty with those storms moving through. We're in the low and mid 70s as far as our temperatures, and our dew points are there as well. So plenty of moisture for these storms to fire off of. Got an area of low pressure that's kind of driving the train. This is the aforementioned front. That's going to be our game changer as we get into the first part of the upcoming weekend. Notice here on our Futurecast, overnight, hopefully things settle down. Tomorrow morning, we'll have to watch southeastern Kentucky. Could see another little round, and not until the front gets through, which won't be until the end of the day tomorrow. That part of southeastern Kentucky, going to be concerned with that. You see the dip in the muggy meter because that front is going to sweep all that humidity out of the area. We catch a nice break on Saturday. That's exactly what we need thanks to high pressure. Unfortunately, this low is going to push that front back to the north as a warm front. So one-day break, and then late Sunday and into Monday as we welcome August, we're going to be back in this for a couple of days. So I got to get through tonight. If you're in southeastern Kentucky, those areas that were affected still have power still in your home. You want to keep an eye on things during the overnight. Saturday, we're looking good. Late Sunday into Monday, more heavy rain possible, and then shifting the pattern back to more of an early August type pattern, upper 80s, low 90s, and a few pop-up storms with the heating of the afternoon.
Explore, compare, and find your car at vancars.com.
Man, what a deal! All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices.
And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before.
Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
or 8 years.
Get a real ID
or a standard license.
Renew online or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing.
Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
It's Sleep Outfitters Save-a-thon. Save up to 30% on many Sealy mattresses starting at just $229. Plus, save an additional $200 on Sealy adjustable sets. With interest-free financing, Sealy mattresses start at just $20 a month. Now at Sleep Outfitters.
Now is the time to switch to Spectrum Internet. America's leading internet provider just got even faster, with speeds now starting at 300 megabits per second. Faster speeds to game, faster speeds to stream, faster speeds to work or learn from home. All with 99.9% network reliability. Get Spectrum Internet for just $49.99 a month, plus a free modem and free online security software. Call 877-906-9192. Add advanced Wi-Fi to get enhanced security for your home network, automatically blocking outside threats to your devices. If it's connected, it's protected. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum. Now is the time to switch. Get Spectrum Internet with faster speeds for the same great price. Just $49.99 a month with starting speeds of 300 megabits per second. Visit Spectrum.com to find out more or call 877-906-9192.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we only serve those who honorably serve. All ranks, all branches, and their eligible family members. Yep, that is exclusive, and we're fine with that.
Your favorite stars are guest hosting Kimmel all summer long.
I'm not Jimmy Kimmel's guest host. Jimmy Kimmel is my guest host.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC and stream on Hulu.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 11.
An ABC 36 update now. Police have arrested a suspect in connection to a vandalism and burglary case at a donut shop in Lexington. As we've reported, 2 people were caught on camera allegedly breaking into Frank's Donuts on East 3rd Street around midnight on Monday. Police say the 2 were shown on surveillance footage, forcing their way into the business. According to the officers, a 13-year-old has been arrested in the case and is now charged with burglary and criminal mischief. Police say the search continues for the second suspect. Well, a traffic update now. A person taken to a hospital after a 2-vehicle collision late this afternoon in Lexington. According to the fire department, the crash happened around 5:30 at Winchester Road and Patch and Wilkes, shutting down a lane for a short period of time. The fire department says the crews had to use the jaws of life to rescue one of the drivers. According to the fire department, that person was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, Madison Central is up next in the ABC 36 Blitz, and Orlando Antigua talks about the addition of Antonio Reeves to the Wildcats. Jeff Pecoro is up next with sports.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for Cluckbait with a doubly delicious chicken deal only at Hardee's.
Blue calls tails.
See if your luck is on a roll with these exciting new scratch-off games from the Kentucky Lottery. Now at your nearest Kentucky Lottery retailer.
Heavy-duty pulling power. To conquer the high road or the off-road. The GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Premium and capable.
Sierra Heavy Duty models are arriving weekly at your local GMC dealers. Available for immediate delivery with 0% financing.
Abuelita, my father, my whole family, and Grand Canyon University made me the man I am today. Hi, Tia. I think I'm going to do Grand Canyon University's online program to get my master's degree.
Trata de llevar a tu familia en el corazón y lograrás lo que tú quieres. Estoy muy orgullosa de ti.
I have an announcement to make, so I'm going to get my master's degree online at Grand Canyon University.
Find your purpose at GCU.
We're Saia LTL Freight. For nearly a century, our team has been committed to driving business forward. From Lady Liberty to the Golden Gate. Superstore to corner store. We go that extra mile, expanding our team to better serve you. So trust that when you partner with Saia, we take every delivery personally. Visit Saia.com for all your shipping needs.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for Cluckbait. Buy one, get one for $1 when you order in the app. Only at Hardee's.
.36 Blitz is brought to you by Davis H. Elliott.
Madison Central made a remarkable run to the 6A semifinals a year ago. And as Sarah Cardona tells us, the Indians expect nothing less this season.
Yeah, Jeff, in just one season, head coach Mike Holcomb was able to completely turn this program around, leading them to the state semifinals. So the goal this year is to continue to build off last year's success.
We went from winning 2 games to winning 10 and making it to the state semifinals. So I think our standards are a lot higher this year. We're going to try to go all the way to the state championship.
Once you have success, like I've talked to our kids, we've got to keep the high level up because we're not going to slip up on nobody now.
Last season, the Indians ranked second in Class 6A in rushing yards, and this year they're primed to once again dominate with their ground game.
A lot of times our running game was going good during the game, and we continued to run it. Of course, we have an outstanding offensive line and outstanding running back in Brady Hensley.
Hensley, one of the top running backs in the state, rushed for over 1,800 yards and 31 touchdowns. He credits his success to the big guys up front.
My offensive line, they killed it up there last year, and they look even better this year.
So Brady puts in the time and effort. He goes through our workout. He does a lot on his own. You know, he had a good summer. He got an offer by EKU during the summertime, so he's put in the work.
The Indians will kick off their season against LCA on August 19th. Reporting from Madison Central High School, Sarah Cardona, ABC 36 Blitz.
A Kentucky men's assistant basketball coaches met the media today, and Orlando Antigua said one player that has stood out so far has been senior transfer Antonio Reeves. The 6'6" Reeves, who averaged 20 points a game last year at Illinois State as a junior, he can pretty much do it all. And it was a second-team All-Missouri Valley Conference performer who has wowed the coaches in a short time here in Lexington.
Antonio is such a great player and has so many layers to his game that he's just not a scorer. That's what his team needed him to do at Illinois State. But he's a guy that's got great size. They can play 1, 2, 3, can handle the ball, pass the ball. Is a better defender than he's been asked to be.
Could be a fun season around here. Well, the USA Track and Field Masters Outdoor National Championships are underway at the track complex at the University of Kentucky. Over 1,200 competitors are on hand, including 66 medalists from the recent World Masters Championships in Finland. Their ages range from 25 to, 97 years old. Athletes from 13 countries are in town, including the Freeze of Atlanta Braves fame. He medaled in the 100 and 200 in Finland, and he'll be running here over the weekend. The event goes on until Sunday afternoon. Let's turn our attention to Major League Baseball. A scary scene today, Great American Ballpark, as Miami Marlins pitcher Daniel Castano was hit in the side of the head by a line drive off the bat of Donovan Solano. Marlins manager Don Mattingly said the ball tipped off the bill of Castano's cap and hit him in the forehead. Castano sustained just a mild concussion and a bruised forehead. The ball was traveling 104 miles per hour off the bat. By the way, the Marlins won the game 7-6, scoring 3 times in the 9th inning to win it. Boy, that is so scary, Pratt. I was there in spring training when Chapman got hit, and it is the scariest thing in the world, man.
Thankfully, he got saved by that brim of his cap.
Exactly.
Could have been a lot worse. All right, we'll be right back.
A lot of firms out there are not allowed to do tax planning. Their mother company won't allow them to even engage or actually even talk about tax planning. The deeper we got into it, we're like, how can you not do tax planning when you're talking about investments? So we had to become a fiduciary firm to go out on our own. Once we became our own firm, we decided that tax planning was going to play a key instrument in the overall planning that Family Wealth Group does. This is one of the areas that makes us really different from a lot of your firms.
Do you want some more? Hustle, hustle, hustle. Yeah, you don't need fresh air.
Do you want some more?
Wait till you see me on the downhill.
See you at home.
Real luxury, real confidence. Enjoy advanced safety at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Get special offers on the 2022 RX 350.
New spicy batter dip fish, only at Captain D's. It's hot news. Our famous batter dip fish just got really hot with fiery spices in our legendary batter. Get ready for bold new flavors when the captain is coming. Captain D's.
Create the perfect place to play. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Real steel. Find yours at over 10,000 local steel dealers.
At Long John Silver's, our new coconut popcorn shrimp brings you a taste of the islands. They're covered in crispy sweet coconut flakes and fried to golden perfection. Try our new coconut popcorn shrimp with our $10 C-shares. Order online at longjohnsilvers.com. This year.
ABC 36 Solid Blue Sports Report is brought to you by UK Federal Credit Union.
Well, make sure to mark your calendars. Ballet Under the Stars is returning next week in Lexington. According to the city, the outdoor ballet celebration begins Thursday, August 4th, and runs through Sunday, August 7th at Woodland Park on East High Street. Now, the city says each night there will be a pre-show at 8. The main performance begins at 9:15. Well, in Florida, a team of professionals called in after a dog's paw got stuck in a bathroom drain. As Nicole Lenzalata reports, it took about 16 hours to get him free.
The paw is stuck in my tub.
Sometimes when your dog needs help, you need not only a vet, but a plumber, too. At least little Rocco did. The poodle's owner gave him a bath in her tub Tuesday night when
I tried to take him out. He wouldn't come out the tub.
He'd gotten his tiny paw stuck in the drain. Well, maybe not so tiny, because no matter what his owner tried, she couldn't get it out.
It was frightening. It was scary because it's like you're helpless. I was calling different vets, and people thought I was joking. I'm like, my dog's paw. They were like, click.
Except for Victoria Park Animal Hospital.
And we said, of course, let's get out there and see what we can do.
She also called a plumber, Rangers Maintenance out of Plantation, and Operation Rescue Rocco was on.
The drain has almost like a wheel of metals, and it got stuck between almost a circular metal piece.
So we went ahead and gave a sedative, and that tried to help a little bit. But no matter how we tried to manipulate, he would wake up, so we had to give a little bit more.
It's okay, Rocco. It's okay, guys. It's okay.
The plumbers tried to go in from the side, exposing the pipes. That didn't work. So they basically had to dig the drain out.
So the vet was like, be careful, because how you're chiseling, you could his toe. Because it was so sensitive.
His toes were stuck in that little ring center where the stopper would have gone in.
Oh, Rocco, you're out!
Even when we got the dog out of the bathtub, we still had to get the actual piece off the dog. So then we had to further go and cut that piece off.
It worked, and about 16 hours after his ordeal began, Rocco is fine and recuperating. While he relaxes, the humans are feeling pretty good. How many times have you seen this?
This was my first. This was a good story.
Oh, today was great. This is what I live for.
It's okay. It's okay. It's community. It really is community. Everybody's intentions was to rescue Rocco.
Well, certainly glad Rocco's okay. That was Nicole Lenzalata reporting. All right, stay with us. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up next.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
We're committed to Central Kentucky. Paul Miller Ford and Paul Miller Mazda don't just have the best quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs right now. We have them always. And to our previous customers, we're saying thank you by giving an additional $500 off your purchase. And with Central Kentucky's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, over 300, you'll definitely find one that's right for you and your family. Get your $500 loyalty discount right now at Paul Miller Ford and Paul Miller Mazda.
It's time. It's time. It's definitely time.
Retire in style at Patriot RV in Ashland, Prestonburg, and now in Georgetown. Patriot RV has thousands of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers in stock to fit all budgets. Take advantage of their price match guarantee. Patriot RV will beat any deal by $200, or they'll give you $200 cash back.
Stop what, boys? He'll learn.
Visit Patriot RV in Ashland, Prestonburg, and now in Georgetown.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck's Bowtie Friday forecast. Brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
And here's your Kentucky Lottery Scratch forecast. Still got to get through tomorrow. We got to get through tonight. If you're in southeastern Kentucky, especially those areas impacted by the destructive flooding early this morning, looks like a bit more rain on the way. Hopefully that weakening trend will continue, but it's holding its own for the time being, so could potentially see some additional problems. Once a front gets through by the end of the day tomorrow, we do get a much-needed break across the board on Saturday, but wrapping up July, Sunday, late in the day, front comes back, so we'll be back in a couple of days. But the pattern is going to shift next week, and that will hold.
All right, everybody be careful out there. We'll see you soon. All right, Jimmy Kimmel coming up next.